Hello everyone. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. It has been so sunny today in Melbourne, so I'm very happy. Just came back from work, ready to relax and chat. Today, I really want to chat about something that I am so passionate about and something that I have been focusing on over the past couple of months, and that is how I spend my days without my phone. My screen time used to be so high. I used to pick up my phone every single chance I got. If I had a spare minute, I would pick up my phone. And if I went on my phone to do something completely unrelated to social media, for example, Googling something up or looking up a photo, I would magically end up doom scrolling. There was two things that I had to focus on. One was fixing my attention span because it was so damaged. Like I was watching videos in 2 times speed. I couldn't sit through a movie without also being on my phone. Like I always had to multitask or to consume content at rapid pace. And the second was to make my life so fun that I actually didn't want to go on my phone, that I was enjoying my life so much that I didn't have that urge to go on social media as a distraction. So today I wanted to share with you some tips of things that really helped me on this journey and that are helping me, I guess, on this journey to being less on my phone. Tip number one is to use your phone as a tool instead of a source of entertainment. What this looks like for me is basically just using my phone to make phone calls, send messages, view maps, the tools that my phone offer, but avoiding social media and any entertainment apps. Recently, I purchased a brick, which has been so useful because my phone is bricked most of the day. It's bricked 23 hours a day. I think I have 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening to go on social media. But before having a brick, I went through either phases of setting timers, like screen time blockages for X amount of hours per day, or just deleting social media apps altogether. It usually just was in phases. This kind of leads me into my second tip, which is to document your life with a camera and or a journal. This sort of goes hand in hand with your notes app as well. I religiously used my notes app. Now I've swapped that to my journal. So I have a journal, this journal right here, in which I have notes for this video, and I have another journal as well. But essentially, every single time that I get an idea, I write it down. Every single time that I want to, share something that happened in my life, I write it down. And this has essentially replaced my notes app, but also my need to sort of want to share my life on social media and want to consume other people's lives constantly or content constantly. And same with using a camera instead of your phone, getting used to have sort of physical objects instead of turning your phone for everything has been so useful because I no longer see my phone as this sort of like bestie that can do anything and that's always there, and it's literally the thing that I turn to for every single one of my problems. Because I noticed that viewing my phone in that way, in my one and only, the one thing that could solve all my problems, was exactly what was feeding my phone addiction. I would turn to my phone for everything, whether I had to write something down in my notes app, look something up, take a photo. I would go onto my phone for those reasons, but then I would get hooked on social media. And so limiting access to my phone and limiting what I'm relying on my phone for has been really useful, but also gave me a lot of creativity back because there's something kind of magical and special about writing things down or taking a photo with a camera. It doesn't have to be an expensive camera. I have a very cheap, I think it was $20 on Facebook Marketplace, a very cheap digital camera, and it makes it so special. And then printing out the photos, like it's just so special. It adds a little bit of magic that I think was lost in recent years. My third tip is to spend time outside. Go for a walk, go for an adventure, create new memories. It doesn't have to be anything special or really creative or really planned and organized. Go outside. I found that every single time I was bored, I didn't engage my brain into thinking, what could I do? But instead, I just went on my phone and started scrolling. And it got to the point where I was scrolling for such long periods of times. And it got me thinking about, you know, what content did I just consume? Like, can I even remember 10 of the last reels that I watched? It's so funny because I used to be really addicted to TikTok and I deleted it. I was like, yes, I'm making a change in my life. No longer going to be scrolling on TikTok. Reels. Reels. Instagram introduced Reels, and I wasn't really going on Instagram before, but ever since the short form content, I go on there to look at posts and I end up scrolling on reels for 2 hours. But yeah, something that helped me was spending time outside, going for walks, going window shopping, just looking around, going for an adventure. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, it can be simple things, but spending time outside of the house and without thinking of my phone. The next thing that really helped me was to cultivate a home that brings me joy. This kind of ties in with making my life fun and so enjoyable that I'm no longer looking for an escape, because I think that's what it was for me. Most of the time, I would go on my phone as a way to escape. Whether I had a stressful day, I would just be like, oh, let me unwind and turn my brain off and scroll. And I found that having an environment that I truly enjoy to be in has been such a game changer, because I love the way that I live. I love my life. I love the things that I do. Additional to spending time to cleaning and tidying my home to obviously keep it very enjoyable to live in, I also love to give my brain space to be creative and think about all the ways that we could improve my home. Is there a photo that would look really nice printed on one of the walls? Is there a plant that would fit really nice in a corner of the house? What would look good? What would cultivate my home to be even more cozy and inviting? And the final tip that I wanted to share of something that really helped me is to have a life that I really want to live, having hobbies that I really want to do. I do believe that I have lived most of my life addicted to my phone because I was turning to my phone or using my phone to escape, to cope, and to function. And I think I've now realized that you have to love your life more than you love escaping it. Like, I don't want to go on my phone. I don't want to go on social media. Those things are very much built to be addicting. So I understand why we're addicted to them. But yeah, I think for me, it was just about figuring out who I was outside of social media, where I was constantly influenced by people on social media, and finding out what I really loved to do in life. And then doing those things to the point where I now no longer want to be on my phone. And then obviously having things in place like the brick, where it literally stops me from going, because social media is made to be addicting. And I've gotten to the point now where I am so excited about reading all the books that I want to read and doing all the hobbies that I want to do, making all the things that I want to make, that I wake up in the morning excited to do those things instead of waking up in the morning wanting to scroll. And when I have a spare minute, I no longer immediately go on my phone. I would rather read a couple of pages, go for a quick walk, or sometimes just sit in silence. Even whilst I eat, I used to like eat with constant distraction, whether it was a YouTube video or watching reels. Now I just sit and eat. Revolutionary. I know, it's not like people have done it for hundreds of years before us. But yes, that is all. That's all my thoughts, and that's everything that I had brainstormed. A reminder, you don't have to throw your phone away. It can be a wonderful tool, and we are so lucky to have phones and to have the beautiful technology that we have today. But let's not get addicted to it, and let's live our life because it's meant to be lived. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very shortly.